Hey YouTubers, azkayakfisherman here, and I got a little Lake Pleasant kayak fishing video action for you today. I went out with hoping to find some stripers and possibly some largemouth bass. Wasn't quite sure what to expect, hadn't been there in a while. The day started off a little slow, but I found an area eventually that were the shad were being pushed up against some bushes or some submerged trees near a flat, and the video starts off with me basically switching out to a kind of a gold-bladed swim jig with a chartreuse skirt and a swing impact Kayak bait trailer. And didn't take long for the action to get going, so hope you enjoy it. It's a good start, right? I unhook this first 18-inch striped bass and I throw my bait in the water to deal with the fish. Well, another little feisty striper almost decided to take my pole from me. Crazy. What can I say? I love my Hobies. I am lucky enough to have two of them, and today I was in the Outback. This thing is just phenomenal, super stable. I love standing and fishing in it. It's awesome. So, on to more action. So I set the hook on this striper. Well, I think it's a striper, and I can feel it. But then all of a sudden, I feel it. As it runs, it runs down into some submerged trees. And I'm like, oh crap, I can feel the line rubbing. So you're basically going to see me reel or tow myself over to the tree because the fish basically has stopped fighting at this point. I'm actually worried that I'm going to lose it. Luckily, as I get closer and the angle changes, or the fish must have backed out of the tree or something, but it basically frees itself as I got closer, and it's game on. Awesome. Now this is what I'm talking about. Things are definitely looking up. This fish is a lot bigger than the first one. This thing is close to 25 inches long and 5 pounds. We're talking some nice fish tacos here. Yeah. Alright, so the bladed swim jig bite kind of died down on me, or definitely slowed down. So I decided to mix it up and put on a Strike King 5XD in citrus shad. And this thing, it was a good call, as you can see. All right, so this acrobatic striper decides to hop right out of the net and bury the second crankbait treble hook into the top of my net. So it's stuck. One of the treble hooks is stuck in the top of the net, and the fish is hanging out on the outside of it. I'm like, oh man, I'm going to lose this fish after all this much fun. Great. Man, that was close. But you know what? You're going home, Mr. Fish Taco. Sorry, next time. Alright, so I'm still throwing the crankbait. It's working. I hook another fish. Feels pretty good. All of a sudden, it goes down into a tree again. And I'm pretty far away, so I paddle over to it. And I'm going to save you the hassle of watching the 30, 45 seconds before all this, where I was paddling around in circles, loosening the line, trying every different direction around this submerged tree to get this fish loose. And I'm thinking I'm going to lose it. But grace of God, whatever, as I get over the tree again, I start pulling things up by hand, thinking I'm just going to have to break it off. And voila, some brush comes up, the fish comes up, game on. So I'm thinking, wow, the saga is over. I'm going to get this fish. But no, it turns bad again. The fish decides to run toward the stringer, my metal stringer with the other fish on it, and the line and the fish gets hung up in the other 3 fish that I have on the stringer. So here I am thinking, I finally get it out of the tree, I caught a break, but now the line's getting caught up around this metal cheap stringer. So saga not over yet. Finally, and this is a good striper. This is probably the biggest one of the day. I think this one went a little about 5.5 pounds or so. Alright, the striper fishing slowed down for me, and the fact that I lost my citrus shad 5XD into a tree without a fish basically caused me to kind of change tactics. I wasn't really seeing the striper around. I wasn't really seeing the shad busting anymore, so decided, you know what, all right, maybe it's time to do some largemouth fishing. Let's see what happens. So I tied on a different crank. This one was more of a Lucky Craft, more of a shad-looking crank, and, well, you'll see. Alright, I'll take it. This is a nice largemouth. And it gets me some kayak war points. 17.5 inches. Good enough, baby. Thank you. So I throw the crank for a little while longer, but I'm not really getting any takers. And it hits me that, hey, you know, this shoreline here is got a lot of rocks. What likes to live in rocks? So I decided to put on a Berkeley chicker craw, and well, it worked. At this point, the wind was starting to pick up, and I was actually kind of tired. Didn't get a lot of sleep the night before. But I have to admit, I love my Hobie. I mean, even in the wind, I mean, I'm just pedaling to stay in place. So, a few more casts, and did get another fish, a little small bass. So, here it is. Well, my stripers, well, at least some of them that I caught early this morning, were starting to float in the water, and so it was definitely time to call it a day, and the wind was picking up. But I appreciate you watching the video. Hopefully you lasted this long. If not, well, then you missed some. But either way, I had fun either way. So thank you for watching, and I hope you hit the like and subscribe button. Feel free to leave your comments below. Take care and go out and enjoy your outdoors. Be safe and enjoy some fishing.